Hello, good evening everyone. Namaskar. आयुर्वेद समम शास्त्रम नान्यदत्रास्ति भूतले पुण्यम पुष्यप्रदम प्रोक्तम पंच प्राण प्रवर्धन. Being an Indian and being an Ayurvedist, first of all I bow my head before Ayurved Shastra, and I want to congratulate and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Indo-Nepal Ayurveda Cooperation Campaign in association with Shri Siddhivinayak Panchakarma Center, Aurangabad, Atharva Multi-Speciality Ayurveda Hospital, Rajkot, and Atharva Life Science Academic and Research Foundation. They have conducted this beautiful Narayani 2020, the webinar series dedicated to all the women in occasion of Navratri, and those women who have contributed and dedicated their lives in the field of Ayurveda. Thank you so much. I will introduce myself Dr. Vrushali Chapekar from Jalgaon. I am MD in Ayurveda. I have completed my higher studies from South India, Tirupati, and since 8 years I am practicing Ayurveda and Panchakarma in Jalgaon here. My specialties are skin diseases, obesity, Garbha Sanskar, that is prenatal and postnatal care, beauty and cosmetic treatments, and all the gynecological problems. In these diseases I am working since 8 years. Ayurveda is the first and foremost medical science in the world, and I think no other medical science could be probably compared with Ayurveda because of its unique basic principles. Ayur, that means the inseparable combination of body, sense organs, mind and soul, while Veda means the complete and thorough knowledge of life. This means Ayurveda stands for the thorough knowledge of life, and it reflects in the culture and heritage of India. I mean that all the festivals, rituals, regimes and daily life, daily routine of Indian people, these are designed according to Ayurveda, and this represents the changes in the atmosphere, temperature, food, and accordingly the change that occurs in the body humors, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. These three humors consist of human body. And Panchakarma, now it is a globally accepted term. We all know about Panchakarma, and the treatments are in demand worldwide, where Pancha means 5 and Karma means the main treatment modalities, that is Vamana, Virechana, Basti, Nasya and Raktamokshana. These 5 treatments are the main treatments which are consisted in Panchakarma treatments, and other extra treatments also there in the Ritucharya, that means the regime which is followed season by season according to season change, atmosphere change, environment change. We have to follow some regimes, and to avoid the diseases which are occurring in specific ritus or specific seasons, we have to inculcate some tradition and some regimes in our daily life, that is called as Ritucharya. So according to the Kala, that means time, the changes occur in the environment, and as per Pinda Brahmanda Nyaya, means whatever is available in the universe, all the properties of universe and all the elements of universe are consisted in our human body in like micro elements, that is called Pinda Brahmanda Nyaya. So according to this Nyaya, the doshas, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, these get accumulated in the body, and mainly in Sharada, Vasanta and Varsha Ritu we have to eliminate these aggravated doshas from the body and through the nearest root of the body. This is the simple definition of Panchakarma, which is advised in the Ritucharya and in Ayurveda. That means Panchakarma is actually meant for the first purpose of Ayurveda, that is Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshanam, means prevention of disease and to keep a person healthy. And if at all the disease occurs in a body of the person, then we have to administer these karmas after thoroughly examining the avastha of doshas, that means the condition of the doshas, that is shakhagata and koshtagata. So as we know, this prevalence of the skin diseases is increasing day by day. Many factors are responsible for that, and the almost 2 to 3% population of world is suffering from severe format of skin diseases. So when we talk about skin disease, a large population among the world is suffering, and the prevalence is increasing day by day. The most common skin diseases are eczema, dermatitis, skin allergies, psoriasis, vitiligo, acne vulgaris, skin allergies, fungal infections, like that. And also some disease forms like hyperpigmentation, hypopigmentation, darkening of skin, sun rashes. These all skin diseases are most common now. So when we talk about Ayurveda, the skin diseases are mentioned under the umbrella of Kushtha. That means many factors like oily and spicy food, Dadhi Sevana means curd or yogurt when we consume in excessive quantity, or Viruddha Ahara, that means incompatible food. When we mix two incompatible foods in each other and then consume it, that is called as Viruddha Ahara. For example, salt and milk, or fish and milk, or sour and sweet substances, like that. And again, fast food, colored food, canned food, preservatives added food, and excessive use of cosmetics disturb sleep patterns, and mental and emotional disturbances. These all causes are accountable because these are the most common causes for skin diseases right now. This list will go on and on. As per we find the patients and we take their detailed history, we will get many reasons for that, and we cannot say that there is any specific reason or specific hetu for skin disorders, but these factors can be most commonly and accountable for the disease progression. So in today's session, we are going to discuss mainly the causes of skin disease, management of skin diseases with Panchakarma, and do's and don'ts, when to go for Panchakarma and when not to go, when to opt for Shaman Chikitsa, and other related topics also. So as we know, prayah tiryak gata doshaha kleshayanti aturansh chiran kuryat na teshu tvaraya dehagni balavit kriyam shamayet tan prayogena sukham va koshtamanayet. This is the shloka from Ayurvedic text that says about the avastha of doshas. Means as we see the disease progression, when the disease starts and day by day it gets accumulated in the body, and from koshta, that means from alimentary canal, the doshas get accumulated in shakhas also, that means rasa raktadi sapta dhatus, these are mentioned in Ayurveda. So many doshas are aggravated and get into the shakhas. So kupitanam hi doshanam sharire paridhavatam yatra sangah kha vaigunyat vyadhis tatropajayate. This is the simple definition of disease, how disease occurs, how samprapti is manifested. So whenever the doshas get aggravated due to these type of hetus, these type of some means how our daily routine is, how our sleep pattern is, means are we getting enough sleep or not, is our emotional balance okay or not, and how is our eating pattern, are we eating more fast food or more junk food, more oily and spicy food, and canned and preservatives added food. This bring about the all chemical changes in our body, and the vata pitta kapha doshas are vitiated due to excessive use of such type of foods and such type of daily routine. So we have to find out the Kha Vaigunya, where the disease manifests, that is called Kha Vaigunya. When patient comes with the symptoms related to skin, by complete Darshana, Sparshana and Prashna Pariksha, that means by pure total examination of the patient and deep history taking, we what are the eating habits of the patients, what is the eating time of the patient, and then how is his or her sleep pattern, what medications he is taking since long time, or for any other reason he is taking some medicines. So these all hetus should be ruled out, and most important factor is nidana parivarjana, means we have to avoid the causes. So we have to stop some this type of food intake, and we have to suggest for better food options and ahara vyavasthapana, that means diet management we have to give to patient. Generally 90% of hetus can be found out by prashna pariksha only, that means history taking only. All the detailed history from right from the starting of the disease, and also before occurring of disease, what his daily routine was and what was his accountable history. Not a single parameter should be neglected. Not a single small thing also can be the big hetu for any disease progression. So it should not be neglected. And emotional and psychological health should also be examined, because this has the vital role in the manifestation and the chronicity of the disease. Then how the samprapti or manifestation of disease occurred in his body can be drawn out. It could be different for different patients. In some patients we can get signs and symptoms related to dosha vriddhi, dhatu dushti, kha vaigunya, and proper pathophysiology of the disease. So we can treat accordingly. But in some cases, some sudden onset or abruptly onset of the disease is seen. Like if a patient comes with the sudden itching or sudden skin rash, redness of the skin, and some burning sensation like that, and there is no prior history of any dosha samurchana or any specific type of hetu, then we can diagnose the disease as ashukari, that means emergency treatment we have to do in this such conditions. So like shita pitta, and we have to go for shaman chikitsa, as well as if the bala and the avastha of the patient is right, we have to go for rakta mokshana based on the severity of the patient. So in the same way, like this is shita pitta, some diseases like visarpa, that means herpes, this also comes under ashukari or emergency, means fast developing disease. So there is no prior history, but the patient comes with the eruptions and skin rashes and burning and all. Then we have to right then and that time we have to go for at least local rakta mokshana if the patient's strength is good. Then by leech therapy or by vein puncture also we can go for rakta mokshana treatment. In the same way, acute dermatitis also we have to see how the symptoms are developing, and if the kandu, that means itching is more, or some discharge is coming out of the rashes, then we have to go for sadhyo vamana, we can means instant emesis we can call it. So the emergency treatment can be done with sadhyo vamana or rakta mokshana. Nasya also we can go for. So according to hetus and lakshanas of the patient, we have to choose the actual treatment. This is all about the emergency management, but many a times the patient travels from here to there, this pathy, that pathy, allopathy and all the pathies he is trying, and after that they are getting no results and the disease is progressed up to high level. Then in that chronic disease conditions like psoriasis or chronic eczema, we have to assess the present condition, that is avastha of doshas, whether they are accumulated in kostha or spread up to the shakhas. That means we have to see all the lakshanas, all the signs and symptoms of the patient, and we have to assess whether doshas are present in kostha or they are spread up to the shakhas. That means up to the skin and all the dhatus. In this regard, the history of the patient should be taken as per व्यायामात उष्मणस्तैक्षण्यात हितस्य अनवचारणात कोष्ठात शाखाम मलाम यांति द्रुतत्वान मारुतस्य च. That means if he is doing excessive exercise or for long time he is going for gym or heavy exercise or the exposure to heat or continuously taking all the hot and very ushna dravyas and food items, or how is the food habits. These are all the reasons for doshas where they travel from koshtha to shakha, and the disease becomes chronic and more difficult to solve. So this is then we have to do koshtha to shakha gati, means we have to bring those doshas from these are spread into the body, we have to bring them to koshtha again. Whenever we are going for shuddhi, we are going for panchakarma, we have to assess the patient's condition, and then first of all we have to bring doshas to koshtha. Otherwise there is no use of panchakarma or there is no use of shuddhi. As we know that when a fruit is ripened, then only we can bring out the juice from the fruit, and whenever the fruit is not ripened, unripe fruit, we cannot make juice of that fruit. This type of shloka is also there in Ayurveda. So we have to go for koshtha to shakhagati of doshas. So what are the things we can do to bring these doshas from koshtha to shakha? So systematically we have to go for vruddhya, vishandanat, pakat, sroto mukha vishodhanat, shakhan muktva, malaha koshtham yanti vayoscha nigrahat. This means vruddhi, we have to increase those doshas. So how to increase? So we have to give snehapana, yavagu, tila, masha, like these food items we have to give to patients so that those doshas which are vitiated but not enough to bring out from the body. So video. Sir, just a minute. Okay. So we have to bring those doshas from koshtha to shakha, shakha to koshtha gati. So vruddhi we have to do with snehapana, swedana, vishandana and paka can be carried out by swedana. That means fermentation we have to do. First of all we have to assess the agni of the patient. If the agni is good, then we have to go for snehapana. For at least samyak snehapana and samyak snigdha lakshanas occur, we have to give snehapana. That period ranges from 3 days up to 6 to 7 days also we can give snehapana. Along with that we have to go for external abhyanga, that means massage, and internally we have to give tila, masha and yavagu sevan to the patient. Then for the paka and vishandana of doshas we have to go for fermentation, that means Svedana therapy. Many a times Svedana is contraindicated in skin diseases, so we have to see the Vata Kapha predominance, and if Vata Kapha predominance is there we can go for Svedana, and if Pitta and Rakta predominance is there, then we have to give only Mrudu Svedana to the patient. And then Sroto Mukha Vishodhanam, that means all the external orifices of the body, that is openings of the body like mouth, nostrils, eyes, ears, urethral and anal openings. These all should be cleaned. This is called as external orifices cleaning, or srotoshodhana, that means internal also. Internally also we have to do srotoshodhana, that means we have to go for vamana, virechana, basti, nasya and raktamokshana, these type of panchakarmas. So first of all we will discuss vamana. Whenever the patient comes with skin eruptions and rashes and having nausea, vomiting, indigestion, excessive salivation and excessive pus formation or discharge from the lesions, excessive itching, hyperacidity, these type of whenever we get these type of lakshanas from the patient, we have to opt vamana karma. Vamana karma mostly can be done in Vasanta Ritu, or if the patient's condition is permissible, we can go for vamana in any type of season. And for that we have to systematically do snehana and svedana of the patient, and at the on the day of vamana we can use madan phalla vacha, nimba and yashti madhu, this type of combination with honey and saindhava. Also one more combination is popular and gives good results, that is Kutaja, Kutajadi Yog. It is mentioned in Charak Samhita. Kutaja, Nimba, Yashti, Patol and Madanphala. In equal quantity we can use this along with honey and saindhava. We have to use always madhu and saindhava. And in some Sukumar patients or those who are not able to take the Vaman yoga, we can go for Ikshuras or salt water saindhav jala, that means, or only by smell of vacha also some patients can get emesis. So we can go for that. After that we will discuss the Virechana treatment. Virechana, whenever the patient comes along with the skin symptoms and redness, burning, more burning is there, more faster spreading of the disease, and along with excessive or absence of sweating, means excessive sweating and absence of sweating, both the conditions we can go for Virechana. Also if the patient is constantly complaining of constipation, then we can opt Virechana karma. This Virechana karma we will do mostly in Sharad Ritu, but if the patient is having highly these symptoms, redness and burning and all, and constipation also, then in any Ritu we can go for Virechana karma. So as per the severity of Pitta and Kapha and Rakta, we will decide how to give Virechana. So some Virechana dravyas like Abhayadi Modak can be used in all type of patients. One more combination of Jaipal, that is Croton Tiglium, that is Ichha Bhedi Rasa. This is Tikshna type of Virechana, means where the doshas are more accumulated and the bala of patient is good and Pitta Pradhanta is not there, then we can go for Ichha Bhedi Rasa. And if Pitta Pradhan patient is there, we cannot go for Ichha Bhedi Rasa because itself Ichha Bhedi is very Tikshna in property. As well as whenever there is Snigdha Virechana is expected, means the Vata predominance is there, we can go for Eranda Sneha or Eranda Swarasa. And one more combination is good, that is Avipattikar Churna, Trifala Churna, Trivrit Churna and Erand Sneha. We can give these also to patient. Now we will discuss about Basti treatment. The Basti treatment is generally contraindicated in Kushtha. When we see Arha Avastha and Anarha Avastha of Basti, the first and foremost name is Kushtha Pidita. So in Kushtha, many times Kleda is the more responsible factor in the manifestation of Kushtha, and the administration, wrongly administered Bastis may induce the Kleda Vriddhi and also dosha aggravation. So many times Basti is contraindicated in these conditions. But if we assess the patient and patient is more Vata predominant extremely dry skin, flaky and itchy skin, extremely cracked appearance of the skin, dry and hard stool, and all the ruksha lakshanas are predominantly seen, then we can go for basti. But we have to assess pre and post condition of the patient before administering basti. And after other shodhana treatments also, for the rehabilitation of patient, for gaining strength and for apunarbhav chikitsa also, we can go for basti. So yoga basti and matra basti can be done in these type of patients with dravyas like triphala, dashamul, nimba, patol, kutaja, and panchatikta dravyas, mahatikta kashay, and all the ghrutas and telas which are prepared from these type of drugs we can use in basti. Then we will discuss about nasya treatment, that means nasal administration of the medicated oils and medicated drugs and churnas all. So this can be administered every third day in kushta. This is one reference from the Ayurvedic text, that is pakshat chardanani abhyupeyan masan shodhanani api adhastat and shiro virekam ratrat triratrat. Means every 15 days we have to go for vamana treatment, every month we have to go for virechana treatment, and every third day we can do shiro virechan, that means nasya, and rakta mokshana in every 6 months. So this is the pattern where nitya shodhana is expected, but this is not applicable for every patient. We have to assess the bala and strength of patient and strength of the disease also, then only we will decide when to administer these shodhanas. But this tells us about the importance of panchakarma treatments and importance of shodhana treatment in the management of skin diseases. So for nasya also we can go for sendhava, danti bij, maricha, tulsi bij, pippali, vidanga churna, etc. This can be used for shiro virechana, and where we are getting the lakshanas related to head and scalp and involvement of the facial skin and scalp, we can go for nasya treatment. Then as we discussed earlier, the rakta mokshana treatment. So where the patient comes with daha, means more burning sensation is there, more kandu, that means itching is there, and inflammation is there, shotha, and vaivarnya, that means hyperpigmentation or hypopigmentation is there. Then if the disease is very fastly spreading, covering larger area of the skin, that means the disease is ashukari and we have to go for rakta mokshana. So according to pitta pradhana and rakta pradhana conditions, we have to go for leech therapy, and also vein puncture also we can do. One more thing we have to keep in mind while doing rakta mokshana treatment, because in some conditions like psoriasis we cannot go for prachana karma, because the pattern of the disease is like we all know about the Koebner's phenomena, where the scratch is carried over the skin, the new lesion develops over that area. So in prachan karma we have to do the scratches over the affected area. So we cannot opt for this type of treatment in psoriasis and the skin diseases which are involving Koebner's phenomena. So we have to keep in mind while doing this. Also some other treatments than these all main panchakarmas, some other treatments are also very helpful in such conditions. We will discuss one by one those. First of all, we can go for Patra Pottali Sveda. In the conditions of patients where shotha is there and roughness and dryness of skin is more, or the disease is very chronic and the doshas are in leena avastha, we cannot go for shodhan chikitsa, at that time we can go for local treatments like Patrapottali Sveda. So wherever there is kapha and vata predominance and such type of symptoms patient comes with, we have to go for Patrapottali Sveda. We can do with Erendapatra Pottali. Some leaves of Erenda plant we have to bring and cut into pieces, and we have to bring prepare the Pottali, that means a bolus like we have to form, and then we have to dip it into the Nimba Taila or Karanja Taila we can use, or also Ayush 777 oil is also available, which is containing Wrightia tinctoria as a main ingredient. This is also very effective in skin diseases. So we can dip those Pottalis in this type of oils, some warm oil, and in circular motion we can do Patrapottali Sveda on the affected area. Also one more factor which I discussed earlier, that is the psychosomatic involvement in the skin disease. Because of the stress factor or anxiety and depression, insomnia, these all symptoms we can find in the patients coming with skin disease because of the stigma of or social inacceptance or problems in relations or married life, or these people many times they feel like very low esteem, and they cannot overcome the fact that they are having some skin disease and all. So whenever the patients, we have to take detailed history and we have to assess the psychosomatic condition of the patient, and for such type of patients, along with the Shuddhi Chikitsa, Shodhana Chikitsa, the extraordinary results we can get in such type of patients with Shirodhara. Shirodhara is very good and wonderful treatment for the psychosomatic disorders, and whenever we get such type of symptoms we can go for that. We can use Takra or Jatamansi Siddha Taila, Brahmi Siddha Taila, Dugdha, and we can give Shirodhara to patients. Also where the scalp psoriasis or dandruff is present, we can go for Shirodhara also. So we have discussed many treatments, what we can do in skin diseases. I would like, if anybody wants something to ask, then you can put your questions in the chat box. I will answer. So such this all the discussion what we have done, the key points of the this discussion are always take the detailed history of the patient first and foremost and most important point, then find the causes of the dosha aggravation and stop them. We have to go for Nidan Parivarjana, this is most important, and then what are the lakshanas of the patient. We have to see the predominance of the doshas, where vata is vata, kapha and pitta, and accordingly we have to treat doshas either with shaman chikitsa and shodhan chikitsa. Doshyam, desham, balam, kalam, analam, prakrutim, vaya, or the all the factors we have to assess, and we can opt the shodhana treatment basing upon the severity and sthana of the disease and doshas. And then we have to bring the doshas which are vitiated and which are spread up to shakhas, and we have to bring them to Koshta by Vruddhya Vishandana and all regimes, and then Shodhan Chikitsa and Panchakarma can be done, and successfully we can get results. And also for Apunarbhav Chikitsa, these Panchakarma treatments are most important. So mainly Vamana in Vasanta Ritu, Virechana and Rakta Mokshana in Sharad Ritu, and Basti in Varsha Ritu. This is the pattern for chronic patients where emergency treatment is not needed, but Nitya Shodhana is advisable. Then we can go for such type of plan for the patient. That means in every season we can go for some type of Shuddhi, and then the Apunarbhav Chikitsa will be completed. And also one more point, Svedana and Basti are mostly contraindicated in skin diseases. So though we can use in specific conditions, we have to assess the patient's condition, and then only we can go for Svedana and Basti, or wherever Svedana is indicated, we have to go for Mridu Svedana only, because it could aggravate the skin problems and skin rashes also. And never go for Panchakarma in hurry-burry. We cannot decide, like patient comes and we are giving Panchakarma treatments. Never go for hurry-burry. First assess the patient's tolerance, strength of the patient, strength of the disease, and then only opt for the Panchakarma treatment. Counseling plays a vital role in the management of skin diseases. As we discussed earlier, the psychosomatic involvement of patient is highly accountable in this type of skin diseases. So good counseling and meditation and whatever we can give to patient to improve their emotional well-being, so we can go for that. And only Sadyavamana, Rakta Mokshana, these type of treatments can be opted for emergency treatments. Also, after the completion of all the treatments, patient is mostly cured in all the conditions, but recurrence occurs in many type of patients and many type of skin diseases. So Rasayan Chikitsa also plays a vital role in the complete management of skin diseases. So after the all the Shuddhi Chikitsas and Shaman Chikitsas, we should go for Rasayana Chikitsa. That means the Tvak Rasayan. We can go for Bhallatak and Triphala. Also some dravyas like Manjishtha, Haridra. We can go for the combinations of these drugs, and according to the patient's condition, we can give them Rasayan Chikitsa also. So I wish all of you to don't hesitate to use Panchakarma treatments in your daily practice. It gives very wonderful results, as I am practicing since 8 years, and also in my PG studies hundreds of patients we cured with only Panchakarma treatments. So I wish that everyone should use these in their daily practice and give complete relief to their patients. And any of you, if having any doubts, they can call me or contact me anytime. Sir, so now I thank you, Dr. Bhairav Kulkarni sir, Dr. Gaurang Joshi sir, and Dr. Ramdev Pandit sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my views over Panchakarma in skin diseases. Thank you so much, and looking forward for more such good initiatives and conducting more webinars. And also I give best luck to all the women doctors, all the ladies who are sharing their views from here onwards. Thank you so much.